Hey there, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Helena, and today I'm going to walk over a full-length PMP exam with you. So we're going to go over all 180 questions that is standard on a project management professional or PMP exam. Now, if you do have your upcoming PMP exam, it is very crucial that you do as many practice questions as possible, because the only true way that you can prepare for your upcoming exam is to do as many practice questions as possible so that you understand the way that PMI may be testing you. Now, they are not going to give you a lot of knowledge-based questions. They're going to give you more situational questions. So not only do you have to know the material in the pin box, but you also need to know how to apply it. And really, the true way to really be able to prepare for this is to just do as many practice questions as possible. So if you do have an upcoming exam, I suggest you watch this entire tutorial in its entirety. And if you need more time to respond to any of the questions, feel free to just pause this video, come up with the right response, and then check what the answer is. We are going to provide you with the correct answer and an explanation as well. You have about 5 to 10 seconds to respond to every question. Again, if you need longer time than that, then just pause this video. All right, with that being said, if you're new to this channel, please make sure you like and subscribe, and let's dive right into the practice questions now.
Question 1. What is the primary purpose of a project charter? To formally authorize a project. B. To list project deliverables. C. To define project scope. D. To assign the project manager. Correct answer: to formally authorize a project. Explanation: the project charter formally authorizes a project and gives the project manager the authority to apply organizational resources to project activities. Question 2. During which process group is the project scope defined? A. Initiating. B. Planning. C. Executing. D. Closing. Correct answer: B. Planning. Explanation: the project scope is defined in the planning process group, where detailed project planning, including scope definition, takes place. Question 3. Which of the following is an example of a project constraint? A. Stakeholder expectations. B. Project budget. C. Team preferences. D. Project objectives. Correct answer: B. Project budget. Explanation: project constraints are limitations that the project must operate within. Common constraints include time, scope, and budget. Question 4. What does a RASI chart typically depict? A project schedule. B. Cost baseline. C. Stakeholder engagement. D. Roles and responsibilities. Correct answer: D. Roles and responsibilities. Explanation: a RASI chart responsible, accountable, consulted, informed is used to depict the roles and responsibilities of stakeholders in project tasks. Question 5. What is the primary purpose of a risk register? A. To document the project budget. B. To record all identified risks and their responses. C. To outline the project scope. D. To track project stakeholders. Correct answer: B. To record all identified risks and their responses. Explanation: the risk register is a project document used to record all identified risks along with their analysis and response plans. Question 6. Which of the following is a tool or technique used in the develop project team process? A. Work performance reports. B. Interpersonal and team skills. C. Earned value management. D. Change request. Correct answer: B. Interpersonal and team skills. Explanation: interpersonal and team skills are used in the develop project team process to improve teamwork and team interactions. Question 7. In which type of organizational structure does a project manager have the least authority? A. Functional. B. Matrix. C. Projectized. D. Composite. Correct answer, a functional. Explanation. In a functional organizational structure, the project manager typically has the least authority as resources remain in their functional departments. Question 8. What is the main purpose of the Perform Integrated Change Control process? A. To review all change requests. B. To update the project management plan. C. To control the project schedule. D. To manage stakeholder expectations. Correct answer, to review all change requests. Explanation. The Perform Integrated Change Control process involves reviewing all change requests, approving changes, and managing changes to the deliverables, organizational process assets, project documents, and the project management plan. Question 9. Which of the following is not a typical reason for project closure? A. Completion of project objectives. B. Expiration of the project's budget or timeline. C. Loss of interest in the project. D. Achievement of the project's benefits. Correct answer, C. Loss of interest in the project. Explanation. Projects are typically closed due to the completion of objectives, expiration of budget or timeline, or achievement of benefits, not due to a loss of interest. Question 10. What is the key benefit of the monitor and control project work process? A. Identifying new risks. B. Ensuring the objectives are met by monitoring and recording project progress. C. Developing the project team. D. Managing stakeholder engagement. Correct answer, B. Ensuring the objectives are met by monitoring and recording project progress. Explanation. The monitor and control project work process involves tracking, reviewing, and regulating the progress and performance of the project, identifying any areas in which changes to the plan are required. Question 11. What is a key output of the Develop Project Management Plan process? A risk register. B. Project Management Plan. C. Stakeholder Register. D. Project Charter. Correct answer, B. Project Management Plan. Explanation. The key output of the Develop Project Management Plan process is the Project Management Plan, which defines how the project is executed, monitored, controlled, and closed. Question 12. What is the main purpose of the Collect Requirements process? A. To define and manage stakeholder expectations. B. To establish the project budget. C. To determine the project schedule. D. To allocate project resources. Correct answer, to define and manage stakeholder expectations. Explanation. The Collect Requirements process involves determining, documenting, and managing stakeholder needs and requirements to meet project objectives. Question 13. In which document would you find the detailed list of activities needed to complete a work package, an activity list? B. Scope statement. C. Project charter. D. Work breakdown structure, WBS. Correct answer, an activity list. Explanation. The activity list includes all the activities needed to complete a work package, providing a detailed breakdown of the work required for the project. Question 14. What is the main benefit of the control scope process? How it ensures changes to the project scope are beneficial. B. It manages the project schedule. C. It controls the project cost. D. It identifies new stakeholders. Correct answer, it ensures changes to the project scope are beneficial. Explanation. The control scope process involves monitoring the status of the project and managing changes to the scope baseline to ensure that all changes are beneficial. Question 15. Which conflict resolution technique involves finding a temporary solution that satisfies all parties? A. Smoothing. B. Forcing. C. Compromising. D. Problem solving. Correct answer C. Compromising. Explanation: compromising involves finding a temporary, mutually acceptable solution that partially satisfies all parties and is often used when a quick resolution is needed. Question 16. What is the purpose of the validate scope process? A. To ensure the project scope is accurate. B. To formally accept completed project deliverables. C. To define the project's objectives. D. To allocate resources effectively. Correct answer B. To formally accept completed project deliverables. Explanation: the validate scope process involves formalizing the acceptance of the completed project deliverables, confirming that they meet the agreed upon requirements. Question 17. Which type of diagram helps identify the root cause of a problem? A Gantt chart. B. Scatter diagram. C. Ishikawa fishbone diagram. D. Histogram. Correct answer C. Ishikawa fishbone diagram. Explanation: the Ishikawa or fishbone diagram is used to identify the root causes of a problem by exploring various possible causes. Question 18. What is the main focus of the plan procurement management process? A. To close project contracts. B. To identify project risks. C. To define project team roles. D. To determine how to acquire goods and services from outside the project. Correct answer D. To determine how to acquire goods and services from outside the project. Explanation: the plan procurement management process involves determining what to procure, how, and when by documenting project purchasing decisions and approaches. Question 19. In a matrix organization, who typically provides the team members with performance appraisals? The project manager. B. The functional manager. C. The HR manager. D. The team members themselves. Correct answer B. The functional manager. Explanation: in a matrix organization, the functional manager typically provides performance appraisals as team members usually report back to a functional manager. Question 20. What is earned value management EVM primarily used for in project management? A. Determining the project schedule. B. Measuring project performance and progress. C. Developing the project team. D. Managing stakeholder engagement. Correct answer B. Measuring project performance and progress. Explanation: earned value management EVM is a technique used to measure project performance and progress in terms of scope, time, and cost. Question 21. A project manager discovers that two team members have conflicting opinions on the design of a critical component. What should the project manager do first? A. Direct the team members to follow the project management plan. B. Arrange a meeting with both team members to understand their perspectives. C. Ask the project sponsor to make a decision on the design. D. Change the project scope to accommodate both opinions. Correct answer B. Arrange a meeting with both team members to understand their perspectives. Explanation: the first step should be to understand the perspectives and reasons behind the conflicting opinions, which can lead to an informed resolution. Question 22. During project execution, a key stakeholder requests additional features that were not included in the initial scope. What should the project manager do next? A. Implement the changes as requested by the stakeholder. B. Evaluate the impact of the change on the project's scope, time, and cost. C. Reject the request to avoid scope creep. D. Inform the team to stop work until the issue is resolved. Correct answer. B. Evaluate the impact of the change on the project's scope, time, and cost. Explanation. Before taking any action, the project manager should assess the impact of the requested changes on the project's key constraints. Question 23. A project is behind schedule. During a team meeting, a team member suggests a shortcut to complete the project faster. What should the project manager do first? A. Prove the shortcut to bring the project back on schedule. B. Analyze the risks associated with the shortcut. C. Update the project management plan to include the shortcut. D. Communicate the change to all stakeholders immediately. Correct answer. B. Analyze the risks associated with the shortcut. Explanation. Before implementing the shortcut, it's crucial to understand the potential risks and implications to ensure that it doesn't jeopardize the project's quality or outcomes. Question 24. A project manager is assigned to a project in a foreign country. What should the project manager do first to ensure effective communication with the team? I use a translation tool to eliminate language barriers. B. Learn about the cultural differences and communication styles. C. Implement the same communication plan used in previous projects. D. Ask team members to communicate only in the project manager's native language. Correct answer. B. Learn about the cultural differences and communication styles. Explanation. Understanding cultural nuances and communication preferences is essential for effective communication in a multicultural environment. Question 25. During project planning, it becomes evident that there is a lack of clarity about the project's deliverables. What should the project manager do to clarify the deliverables? I proceed with the project and clarify the deliverables during execution. E. Consult with the project sponsor to obtain a clear understanding of the deliverables. C. Redefine the project scope with the project team's input. D. Wait for the first project review to clarify the deliverables. Correct answer. B. Consult with the project sponsor to obtain a clear understanding of the deliverables. Explanation. It's crucial to have a clear understanding of the project's deliverables from the outset, and the project sponsor can provide the necessary clarity. Question 26. A project manager notices that several team members are consistently missing deadlines. What is the most appropriate first step to address this issue? To reassign their tasks to more reliable team members. We discuss the issue with the team members to identify the cause of the delays. C. Report the team members to human resources. D. Reduce the scope of the project to meet deadlines. Correct answer. B. Discuss the issue with the team members to identify the cause of the delays. Explanation. Understanding the root cause of the missed deadlines is essential before taking corrective action. Question 27. A client expresses dissatisfaction with the progress of the project during a status meeting. What should the project manager do next? They justify the team's work and explain why the project is on track. B. Ask the client for suggestions on improving the project progress. C. Review the project plan and status reports to address the client's concerns. D. Change the project scope to meet the client's expectations. Correct answer. C. Review the project plan and status reports to address the client's concerns. Explanation. It's important to understand the client's concerns and review the project's progress to address any issues effectively. Question 28. The project team is resistant to a new change that is essential for the project's success. What should the project manager do to ensure the team's buy-in? A. Enforce the change and require compliance from the team. B. Explain the benefits of the change and how it contributes to the project's success. C. Ignore the resistance and proceed with the change. D. Offer incentives to team members who support the change. Correct answer. B. Explain the benefits of the change and how it contributes to the project's success. Explanation. Ensuring that the team understands the value and rationale behind the change can help gain their support and buy-in. Question 29. A project manager is informed about a potential legal issue that could affect the project. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Ignore the issue until it becomes a real problem. B. Inform the project sponsor about the potential issue. C. Consult with the legal department to understand the implications. D. Adjust the project budget to cover potential legal costs. Correct answer. C. Consult with the legal department to understand the implications. Explanation. Understanding the legal implications is crucial before making any decisions or taking actions that could affect the project. Question 30. During a project, a new regulation is introduced that impacts the project's compliance. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project as planned, ignoring the new regulation. B. Analyze the impact of the regulation on the project. C. Request additional funding to deal with the regulation. D. Immediately halt all project activities until the regulation is understood. Correct answer. B. Analyze the impact of the regulation on the project. Explanation. The first step should be to understand how the new regulation affects the project and what changes may be necessary to ensure compliance. Question 31. A project manager learns that a critical resource is unexpectedly leaving the company. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Immediately assign the resources tasks to other team members. B. Consult the resource management plan to handle the transition. C. Request additional funding to hire a replacement. D. Communicate the situation to the stakeholders and reassess project risks. Correct answer. B. Consult the resource management plan to handle the transition. Explanation. The resource management plan should include procedures for unexpected resource changes, guiding the project manager on the next steps. Question 32. During the execution phase, a project team member identifies a potential improvement to the project that deviates from the original plan but could provide significant benefits. What should the project manager do first? A. Implement the improvement immediately to gain the benefits. B. Analyze the change's impact on the project's scope, schedule, and cost. C. Reject the change to stay aligned with the original plan. D. Inform the stakeholders about the change before proceeding. Correct answer. B. Analyze the change's impact on the project's scope, schedule, and cost. Explanation. Before proceeding with any change, its impact on the project's key constraints should be analyzed. Question 33. A project manager is notified of a potential strike by a supplier's workers, which could impact project deliverables. What is the most appropriate immediate action? To start looking for alternative suppliers. B. Update the project risk register with this new information. C. Inform the project team about the potential delay. D. Wait to see if the strike actually occurs before taking action. Correct answer. B. Update the project risk register with this new information. Explanation. Updating the risk register allows for the systematic analysis and planning of risk responses. Question 34. In the middle of a project, a high impact risk that was not identified during the risk planning process occurs. What should the project manager do first? A. Update the risk management plan to include the missed risk. B. Hold a meeting with the project team to brainstorm immediate solutions. C. Document the risk and its impact and reassess the project's risk profile. D. Escalate the issue to senior management immediately. Correct answer. C. Document the risk and its impact and reassess the project's risk profile. Explanation. Documenting and reassessing the project's risk profile helps to understand the new risk in context and guide the response strategy. Question 35. A project manager finds that the project's outcome may not meet one of the client's key expectations, which was not clearly documented. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Continue with the project as planned since the expectation was not documented. B. Meet with the client to clarify and document the expectation. C. Adjust the project scope and plan without consulting the client. D. Document the issue and present it in the next stakeholder meeting. Correct answer. B. Meet with the client to clarify and document the expectation. Explanation. Clarifying and documenting the client's expectations helps to ensure the project's success and client satisfaction. Question 36. During a project status meeting, a stakeholder expresses concerns that the project will not deliver the promised value. What should the project manager do next? It dismissed the concerns as the project is following the approved plan. B. Request a detailed report from the team on project performance. C. Engage in a discussion to understand the stakeholders' concerns and perceptions. D. Immediately revise the project plan to increase its value. Correct answer. C. Engage in a discussion to understand the stakeholders' concerns and perceptions. Explanation. Understanding the stakeholders' concerns can provide insights into potential project improvements or communication gaps. Question 37. A project manager realizes that a critical project milestone will likely be missed due to unforeseen technical challenges. What should be the project manager's first step? A. Extend the project timeline to accommodate the delay. B. Inform the stakeholders about the delay and its implications. C. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand the challenges. D. Apply additional resources to accelerate the project. Correct answer. C. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand the challenges. Explanation. Understanding the root cause of the delay is essential before making informed decisions on how to address it. Question 38. Halfway through the project, a key stakeholder increases the project scope significantly without adjusting the timeline or budget. What is the first action the project manager should take? And accept the changes and instruct the team to accelerate their work. B. Update the project plan to reflect the increased scope. C. Conduct an impact analysis to understand the effects on the project. D. Immediately escalate the issue to senior management. Correct answer. C. Conduct an impact analysis to understand the effects on the project. Explanation. Before making any decisions, it's crucial to understand how the increased scope will affect the project's timeline, budget, and resources. Question 39. A project manager notices that the project's actual expenses are significantly higher than planned. What should the project manager do first? A. Request additional funds to cover the cost overrun. B. Analyze the causes of the cost overrun. C. Reduce project scope to align with the original budget. D. Inform stakeholders about the potential increase in the project budget. Correct answer. B. Analyze the causes of the cost overrun. Explanation. Understanding why the costs are higher than expected is essential to address the issue effectively and prevent future overruns. Question 40. During a critical phase of the project, two key team members fall ill, jeopardizing the project's schedule. What should the project manager do first? Reassign their work to other team members. B. Hire temporary replacements. C. Assess the impact on the project schedule. D. Extend the project timeline. Correct answer. C. Assess the impact on the project schedule. Explanation. Before making staffing adjustments, the project manager should evaluate how the absence of these team members affects the project timeline. Question 41. The project team is resistant to implementing a change that is critical for meeting regulatory requirements. What should the project manager do to ensure compliance? A. Enforce the change and monitor compliance. B. Explain the importance of the change in meeting regulatory requirements. C. Offer incentives for quick adoption of the change. D. Escalate the issue to higher management for intervention. Correct answer. B. Explain the importance of the change in meeting regulatory requirements. Explanation. Ensuring the team understands the necessity of the change for compliance can foster cooperation and smooth implementation. Question 42. During project execution, a more efficient alternative to the planned approach is identified, which could save time but incur additional costs. What should the project manager do first? A switch to the new approach to save time. B. Conduct a cost benefit analysis of the new approach. C. Continue with the planned approach to avoid additional costs. D. Consult with the stakeholders before making any changes. Correct answer. B. Conduct a cost benefit analysis of the new approach. Explanation. Evaluating the trade offs between the time saved and the additional costs will help make an informed decision about whether to adopt the new approach. Question 43. A stakeholder expresses concern that the project will not meet its intended purpose. What should the project manager do to address this concern? Reassure the stakeholder that the project is on track. B. Review the project objectives and alignment with the stakeholder's expectations. C. Suggest that the stakeholder adjust their expectations. D. Request a change in the project's objectives to satisfy the stakeholder. Correct answer. B. Review the project objectives and alignment with the stakeholders' expectations. Explanation. Ensuring that the project objectives align with the stakeholders' expectations is crucial for the project's success and stakeholder satisfaction. Question 44. A critical project task is taking longer than anticipated, impacting the project schedule. What should the project manager do first? He extend the project deadline to accommodate the delay. He identified the reasons for the delay and explored acceleration options. C. Reallocate resources from other tasks to expedite completion. D. Inform the stakeholders about the potential delay. Correct answer. B. Identify the reasons for the delay and explore acceleration options. Explanation. Understanding the cause of the delay is crucial before taking corrective action to mitigate its impact on the schedule. Question 45. During project planning, it's discovered that the required technology for a project task is not available in the market. What should the project manager do next? Cancel the project due to the lack of required technology. B. Modify the project scope to exclude the task requiring the unavailable technology. C. Investigate alternative technologies or approaches to accomplish the task. D. Delay the project until the technology becomes available. Correct answer: C. Investigate alternative technologies or approaches to accomplish the task. Explanation: exploring alternative solutions or technologies ensures that the project can proceed even in the absence of the initially intended technology. Question 46. A project is at risk of being terminated early due to shifting organizational priorities. What should the project manager do first? A. Accelerate project activities to complete the project before termination. B. Prepare a case to demonstrate the project's value and alignment with strategic goals. C. Inform the team that the project might be terminated soon. D. Start the process for closing the project. Correct answer: B. Prepare a case to demonstrate the project's value and alignment with strategic goals. Explanation: demonstrating the project's alignment with the organization's strategic goals can help justify its continuation despite shifting priorities. Question 47. A project manager is informed that a project deliverable has not met a quality standard. What should the project manager do first? A. Ignore the issue if the deliverable meets the client's basic requirements. B. Identify the cause of the quality issue and implement corrective actions. C. Request additional funds to redo the deliverable. D. Communicate the issue to the stakeholders and propose a delay. Correct answer: B. Identify the cause of the quality issue and implement corrective actions. Explanation: understanding why the deliverable failed to meet the quality standard is essential to rectify the issue and prevent recurrence. Question 48. A project manager is leading a project in an organization where some team members are resistant to the project due to perceived threats to their job security. What is the best approach for the project manager to take? A. Ignore the resistance and focus on meeting the project objectives. B. Engage the team members in the project planning process to gain their buy in. C. Provide training to the team members to ensure they are equipped for change. De escalate the issue to senior management to deal with the resistant team members. Correct answer: B. Engage the team members in the project planning process to gain their buy in. Explanation: involving team members in planning can help mitigate resistance by giving them a sense of ownership and control over the project and addressing their concerns directly. Question 49. A project manager discovers that the procurement of a critical component will be delayed, which could impact the project's critical path. What should the project manager do first? A. Update the project schedule to reflect the delay. B. Seek alternatives or expedited delivery options for the component. C. Communicate the potential delay to the stakeholders. D. Adjust the project's critical path to bypass the component's procurement. Correct answer: B. Seek alternatives or expedited delivery options for the component. Explanation: before adjusting schedules or communicating delays, exploring alternative procurement options can prevent or minimize impact on the project's critical path. Question 50. During a project review, it's identified that the project's benefits are no longer aligned with the organization's strategic objectives due to recent strategic shifts. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project as the initial objectives were approved. B. Terminate the project immediately to avoid further resource expenditure. C. Reassess the project's alignment with the organization's new strategic objectives. D. Modify the project's scope and objectives to align with the new strategic direction. Correct answer. C. Reassess the project's alignment with the organization's new strategic objectives. Explanation. The first step should be to reassess the project's benefits concerning the new strategic objectives to determine the appropriate course of action. Question 51. A project manager is facing conflicts between two departments that are impacting the project's progress. What is the most effective conflict resolution technique the project manager should use? A. Forcing to quickly resolve the conflict by imposing a decision. B. Avoiding to let the departments resolve the conflict themselves. C. Collaborating to work with both departments to find a mutually beneficial solution. D. Compromising to find a quick middle ground solution. Correct answer. C. Collaborating to work with both departments to find a mutually beneficial solution. Explanation. Collaboration is often the most effective conflict resolution technique as it seeks to address the interests of all parties involved for a lasting solution. Question 52. A project manager learns that a newly developed technology could significantly enhance the project's outcome but requires a slight extension and budget increase. How should the project manager approach this opportunity? Implement the technology immediately to capture its benefits. B. Conduct a feasibility study to understand the implications of incorporating the technology. C. Reject the technology to avoid scope creep and maintain the current project plan. D. Discuss the technology's benefits and implications with the stakeholders before deciding. Correct answer. D. Discuss the technology's benefits and implications with the stakeholders before deciding. Explanation. Engaging stakeholders in the decision making process ensures that any changes align with their expectations and the project's objectives. Question 53. In a multinational project, cultural misunderstandings are causing communication issues and impacting team performance. What is the best strategy for the project manager to improve communication? I provide cultural sensitivity training to all team members. B. Encourage team members to communicate only in written form to avoid misunderstandings. C. Assign a team liaison from each culture to facilitate communication. D. Ignore the cultural differences and enforce a standard communication protocol. Correct answer. Provide cultural sensitivity training to all team members. Explanation. Cultural sensitivity training can help team members understand and respect each other's cultural differences, improving communication and collaboration. Question 54. During a project lifecycle, a new government regulation requires an additional compliance process that was not accounted for in the initial plan. What should the project manager do first? Ignore the regulation until the compliance process is mandated. B. Assess the impact of the new compliance process on the project's scope, schedule, and budget. C. Immediately incorporate the compliance process without assessing its impact. D. Request additional funding to cover the costs associated with the compliance process. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the new compliance process on the project's scope, schedule, and budget. Explanation. Understanding the implications of the new regulation on the project is essential before making any adjustments or requests for additional resources. Question 55. A project manager finds that stakeholders have unrealistic expectations about the project's deliverables. What is the first step the project manager should take to address this issue? A. Reset expectations through clear and effective communication about the project's objectives and limitations. He modified the project deliverables to meet the stakeholders' expectations. C. Inform the stakeholders that their expectations are unrealistic and will not be met. D. Avoid discussing the issue to prevent conflict with the stakeholders. Correct answer. A reset expectations through clear and effective communication about the project's objectives and limitations. Explanation. Effective communication is key to aligning stakeholder expectations with the project's reality, thereby preventing dissatisfaction or conflict later on. Question 56. During project execution, a team member proposes a process improvement that could reduce the project duration but requires upfront time and cost. What should the project manager do first? To reject the proposal to avoid impacting the project budget and schedule. B. Implement the improvement immediately to achieve long term benefits. C. Evaluate the proposal's potential impact on the project's objectives and constraints. D. Request approval from senior management before proceeding. Correct answer. C. Evaluate the proposal's potential impact on the project's objectives and constraints. Explanation. A thorough evaluation will determine whether the long term benefits justify the initial investment, guiding the decision making process. Question 57. A project manager is leading a project in an organization that is undergoing significant restructuring, causing uncertainty and low morale among project team members. What should the project manager do to maintain team motivation? A. Inform the team that their concerns are unrelated to the project and should not affect their work. B. Focus on project tasks without addressing the organizational changes. C. Communicate openly with the team about the changes and provide support where possible. D. Promise the team bonuses if they stay focused on the project. Correct answer. C. Communicate openly with the team about the changes and provide support where possible. Explanation. Open communication can help address team concerns, maintain trust, and foster a supportive environment even amid organizational changes. Question 58. During the final phase of a project, a critical stakeholder changes a requirement that impacts the project scope and timeline. What should the project manager do first? A. Refuse the change due to its timing and potential impact on the project's success. B. Assess the impact of the change on the project's scope, schedule, and budget. C. Implement the change immediately to satisfy the stakeholder. D. Escalate the issue to higher management for a decision. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the change on the project's scope, schedule, and budget. Explanation. The first step should always be to understand the full impact of the change on key project constraints before making any decisions. Question 59. The project manager is leading a project that is part of a larger program. The program manager informs the project manager that the project must accelerate its schedule to align with the program's new timeline. What is the first thing the project manager should do? Start fast tracking and crashing the project schedule without further analysis. B. Analyze the implications of accelerating the project and identify potential risks. C. Inform the project team about the change and instruct them to increase their pace. D. Accept the new timeline and adjust the project plan accordingly. Correct answer. B. Analyze the implications of accelerating the project and identify potential risks. Explanation. Before taking action, it's crucial to understand how accelerating the schedule will affect the project's quality, scope, and cost, and to identify any new risks. Question 60. A project manager finds that the project is consistently missing its quality metrics. Upon investigation, it is discovered that the team lacks expertise in a critical area. What should the project manager do first? To provide training to the team members to enhance their skills. D. Hire a consultant who is an expert in the critical area. C. Reassign the work to more experienced team members. D. Update the project's risk register to reflect the skills gap. Correct answer. Provide training to the team members to enhance their skills. Explanation. Addressing the root cause of the issue by enhancing the team's skills can help meet the project's quality metrics and contribute to team development. Question 61. During project execution, a project manager notices a pattern of communication breakdowns leading to repeated errors. What is the best approach to address this issue? A. Implement stricter controls and monitoring of communications. B. Reevaluate and enhance the project's communication plan. C. Increase the frequency of project status meetings. D. Instruct team members to document all communications. Correct answer. B. Reevaluate and enhance the project's communication plan. Explanation. Addressing the root cause of communication issues by enhancing the communication plan can improve clarity and reduce errors. Question 62. A project manager is leading a cross-functional project team where members have conflicting priorities due to their departmental obligations. What is the most effective way to manage these conflicts? A. Escalate the issue to the senior management to prioritize the project tasks. B. Organize a team building activity to enhance team cohesion. C. Facilitate a conflict resolution session to align on project priorities. D. Reassign project tasks based on individual team member availability. Correct answer. C. Facilitate a conflict resolution session to align on project priorities. Explanation. Addressing the issue directly with the team can help clarify project priorities and align team members' efforts toward common goals. Question 63. A project manager learns that a new regulatory requirement will be enacted soon, which will impact the project's current scope. What should the project manager do first to ensure compliance? Wait until the regulation is enacted before making any project changes. B. Review the upcoming regulation to understand its implications for the project. C. Request additional budget to accommodate the changes required by the regulation. D. Immediately modify the project scope to align with the anticipated regulation. Correct answer. B. Review the upcoming regulation to understand its implications for the project. Explanation. Understanding the specific requirements and implications of the new regulation is essential for making informed decisions on how to adapt the project. Question 64. During a project review, it is identified that the project's deliverables will no longer provide the expected value due to external market changes. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project as the deliverables meet the initial agreed upon specifications. B. Halt the project and conduct a reassessment of the project's viability and alignment with market needs. C. Adjust the project deliverables to better align with the current market without consulting stakeholders. D. Communicate the situation to the stakeholders and seek guidance on how to proceed. Correct answer. D. Communicate the situation to the stakeholders and seek guidance on how to proceed. Explanation. Engaging stakeholders in the decision making process is crucial when external changes affect the project's value, ensuring that any adjustments align with their expectations and needs. Question 65. A project manager is facing challenges with project team members who are located in different time zones, leading to delays in communication and task completion. What is the best strategy to improve team coordination? A mandate that all team members work according to a single time zone. B. Develop a communication plan that accommodates the different time zones. C. Require team members to respond to communications within a fixed time frame. D. Relocate all team members to a central location for the duration of the project. Correct answer: B. Develop a communication plan that accommodates the different time zones. Explanation: creating a communication plan that considers time zone differences can improve coordination and reduce delays, respecting each team member's working hours. Question 66. In the middle of a project, a critical piece of equipment fails, causing a delay in the project timeline. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Order a replacement and adjust the project schedule accordingly. B. Investigate the cause of the equipment failure and determine the best course of action. C. Escalate the issue to senior management to seek additional resources. D. Communicate the delay to the stakeholders and discuss potential impacts on the project. Correct answer: B. Investigate the cause of the equipment failure and determine the best course of action. Explanation: understanding why the equipment failed is crucial to preventing similar issues in the future and determining the most effective way to mitigate the delay. Question 67. A project is nearing completion when the project manager discovers that a key deliverable does not meet a critical performance criterion agreed upon with the stakeholder. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Inform the stakeholder of the issue and suggest a workaround. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the deliverable does not meet the specified criterion. C. Adjust the performance criterion to match the deliverable's current level of performance. D. Seek approval to extend the project timeline to enhance the deliverables performance. Correct answer: B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the deliverable does not meet the specified criterion. Explanation: identifying the root cause of the discrepancy is essential before making informed decisions on how to rectify the issue or negotiate changes with the stakeholder. Question 68. A project manager discovers that the scope of the project has been expanded without their knowledge and resources are being overallocated. What should the project manager do first to address this scope creep? To reallocate resources to accommodate the new scope. B. Meet with the team to discuss the changes and their impacts. C. Review the change management process to understand how the scope expansion occurred. D. Communicate with the sponsor to get approval for the increased scope and resources. Correct answer: C. Review the change management process to understand how the scope expansion occurred. Explanation: understanding how the scope was expanded without proper approvals is critical to address the root cause and prevent future occurrences of scope creep. Question 69. During the execution phase, a project manager realizes that the project is significantly under budget. Upon investigation, it is found that the team has been cutting corners, compromising the quality of the deliverables. What is the first step the project manager should take? Acknowledge the team's effort to stay under budget and encourage them to continue. B. Reallocate the unused budget to other areas of the project that might need more resources. C. Address the quality issues with the team and review the project quality management plan. D. Report the under budget status to stakeholders as a positive development. Correct answer: C. Address the quality issues with the team and review the project quality management plan. Explanation: the project manager needs to address the compromised quality immediately to ensure that the project meets its objectives and standards. Question 70. A project manager is informed that a key team member, who is the only one with certain critical skills, will be unavailable for a month. What should the project manager do first to mitigate this risk? They delegate the team members' tasks among other team members. E. Hire a temporary substitute with the necessary skills. C. Develop a plan to cross train team members to cover the critical skills. D. Request an extension for the project deadline to accommodate the absence. Correct answer. C. Develop a plan to cross train team members to cover the critical skills. Explanation. Cross training team members will not only address the immediate issue, but also reduce the project's vulnerability to similar risks in the future. Question 71. A project manager notices that the project stakeholders have conflicting interests that are affecting the project's progress. What should the project manager do first to resolve these conflicts? A. Escalate the issue to higher management to get a resolution. B. Organize a meeting with all stakeholders to discuss and align their interests. C. Prioritize the interests of the most influential stakeholders. D. Modify the project plan to accommodate all stakeholders' interests. Correct answer. B. Organize a meeting with all stakeholders to discuss and align their interests. Explanation. Bringing stakeholders together to discuss their interests can lead to a mutual understanding or compromise, facilitating smoother project progress. Question 72. During a high stakes project, a project manager faces a situation where adhering to the project schedule could result in non compliance with industry standards. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the plan to maintain the schedule, addressing compliance issues later. B. Revise the project schedule to ensure compliance even if it causes delays. C. Consult with the project sponsor and legal team to understand the implications. D. Seek advice from industry experts to find a way to meet both the schedule and compliance requirements. Correct answer. C. Consult with the project sponsor and legal team to understand the implications. Explanation. Understanding the legal and business implications of non-compliance is crucial before making any decisions that could affect the project's integrity. Question 73. A project manager is leading an international project with team members in various countries. The project is facing delays due to differing national holidays and work schedules. What is the best strategy to address this issue? Standardize work hours across all locations to simplify coordination. B. Develop a flexible schedule that accommodates the different national holidays and work schedules. C. Require all team members to work on the same days, regardless of local holidays. D. Delegate local management to adjust schedules as per their national holidays. Correct answer. B. Develop a flexible schedule that accommodates the different national holidays and work schedules. Explanation. A flexible schedule that considers local customs and holidays can improve team morale and efficiency while addressing the delays. Question 74. In the project's closing phase, a project manager discovers a minor but critical component was overlooked, which could impact future operations. What should the project manager do first? They document the oversight and leave it for future teams to address. B. Immediately rectify the oversight, even if it means extending the project timeline. C. Evaluate the impact of the oversight and discuss potential solutions with the team. D. Inform the stakeholders about the oversight and seek their input on how to proceed. Correct answer. C. Evaluate the impact of the oversight and discuss potential solutions with the team. Explanation. Understanding the potential impact of the oversight is crucial before deciding on the appropriate course of action to ensure it is addressed effectively. Question 75. A project manager finds that the project sponsor is not providing the necessary support, which is affecting project progress. What is the first action the project manager should take? To bypass the sponsor and escalate the issue to higher management. B. Organize a meeting with the sponsor to express concerns and seek engagement. C. Document the lack of support and its impact on the project for future reference. D. Adjust the project plan to proceed without the sponsor's support. Correct answer. B. Organize a meeting with the sponsor to express concerns and seek engagement. Explanation. Direct communication with the sponsor to discuss the issues and seek their active support is essential for aligning project goals and obtaining necessary resources. Question 76. During a project retrospective, it's identified that a lack of stakeholder engagement contributed to the project's challenges. What should the project manager do first to improve stakeholder engagement in future projects? A. Increase the frequency of stakeholder meetings in future projects. B. Develop a more detailed stakeholder engagement plan for future projects. C. Provide stakeholders with more detailed reports on project progress. D. Conduct a survey among stakeholders to understand their expectations and preferences. Correct answer. B. Develop a more detailed stakeholder engagement plan for future projects. Explanation. Creating a detailed stakeholder engagement plan based on lessons learned can help ensure that stakeholders are more effectively engaged in future projects. Question 77. A project manager is leading a project that is critical to the organization's strategic goals. Midway through the project, a new organizational policy is introduced that conflicts with the project's objectives. What should the project manager do first? A. Adapt the project objectives to align with the new policy. B. Continue with the current project plan, ignoring the new policy. C. Seek clarification and guidance from the organization's leadership on how to proceed. D. Request an exemption from the new policy for the project. Correct answer. C. Seek clarification and guidance from the organization's leadership on how to proceed. Explanation. Understanding how the new policy affects the project and seeking guidance from leadership is crucial to ensure that the project remains aligned with the organization's strategic goals while complying with the new policy. Question 78. A project manager realizes that the project's key deliverable is becoming obsolete due to rapid technological advancements. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Continue with the project plan to avoid delays. B. Update the deliverable to incorporate the latest technology. C. Evaluate the impact of technological advancements on the project's deliverables. D. Inform the stakeholders and request a project termination. Correct answer. C. Evaluate the impact of technological advancements on the project's deliverables. Explanation. Understanding how the latest technological advancements affect the project's deliverables is crucial to making informed decisions about necessary changes or adaptations. Question 79. During project execution, a project manager faces a severe resource constraint due to unforeseen circumstances threatening the project timeline. What should the project manager do first? A. Request additional resources from the organization. B. Analyze the situation to identify potential resource optimization strategies. C. Inform the stakeholders about the delay and adjust the timeline. D. Reallocate existing resources to prioritize critical project tasks. Correct answer. B. Analyze the situation to identify potential resource optimization strategies. Explanation. Before taking any action, the project manager should analyze the resource constraint to identify potential optimization or reallocation strategies to mitigate the impact on the project timeline. Question 80. A project manager discovers that the project is likely to exceed its environmental impact limits, conflicting with the organization's sustainability policies. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Modify the project plan to reduce its environmental impact. B. Conduct an environmental impact assessment to quantify the exceedance. C. Report the potential exceedance to the stakeholders and seek their advice. D. Continue with the project, focusing on mitigating impacts in later stages. Correct answer. B. Conduct an environmental impact assessment to quantify the exceedance. Explanation. Quantifying the potential environmental exceedance is essential to understanding the severity of the issue and planning appropriate mitigation strategies. Question 81. In the midst of a project, a competitor releases a product that significantly outperforms the project's expected deliverable. What should the project manager do first? A. Accelerate the project schedule to release the deliverable sooner. B. Perform a competitive analysis to understand the implications for the project. C. Shift the project's focus to match the competitor's performance. D. Inform the stakeholders about the competitor's product and suggest project termination. Correct answer. B. Perform a competitive analysis to understand the implications for the project. Explanation. A thorough competitive analysis will help the project manager understand how the competitor's product impacts the project's value proposition and guides subsequent decisions. Question 82. During the planning phase, a project manager identifies a legal restriction that could impact project execution but is awaiting clarification on its interpretation. What should the project manager do first? A. Proceed with the project, assuming the restriction won't apply. B. Seek legal advice to understand the potential impact on the project. C. Adjust the project plan to accommodate potential restrictions. D. Inform the stakeholders about the possible legal issue and its implications. Correct answer. B. Seek legal advice to understand the potential impact on the project. Explanation. Obtaining legal clarification is essential to understand the restrictions implications and to ensure that the project complies with all relevant laws and regulations. Question 83. A project manager finds that the project team lacks motivation, which is affecting productivity and project progress. What is the first action the project manager should take to address this issue? A. Implement a reward system to increase motivation. B. Conduct a team meeting to identify and address underlying issues. C. Reassign tasks to ensure team members are engaged. D. Increase the frequency of performance reviews to enhance accountability. Correct answer. B. Conduct a team meeting to identify and address underlying issues. Explanation. Understanding the root causes of the lack of motivation is crucial for implementing effective strategies to boost team morale and productivity. Question 84. A project is at risk due to a critical assumption that turned out to be false. What should the project manager do first to manage this situation? A. Update the project risk register to include the false assumption as a new risk. B. Assess the impact of the false assumption on the project objectives. C. Communicate the issue to the stakeholders and seek their input. D. Develop a contingency plan to mitigate the impact of the false assumption. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the false assumption on the project objectives. Explanation: understanding the impact of the false assumption on the project is essential for determining the appropriate response strategy to mitigate its effects. Question 85. A project manager is leading a project in an industry with rapidly changing regulations. Mid project, a new regulation is announced that affects the project's compliance. What should the project manager do first? Revise the project plan to ensure compliance with the new regulation. B. Analyze the new regulation to determine its impact on the project. C. Communicate the change to the stakeholders and adjust the project's objectives. D. Seek advice from a regulatory expert to interpret the new regulation. Correct answer: B. Analyze the new regulation to determine its impact on the project. Explanation: before making any changes, it's crucial to understand how the new regulation affects the project to ensure that any adjustments made are appropriate and compliant. Question 86. A project manager realizes that the project's outcome may negatively impact a community group that was not identified as a stakeholder. What should the project manager do first? A. Proceed with the project as planned since the group was not initially identified as a stakeholder. B. Engage with the community group to understand their concerns and assess potential impacts. C. Modify the project plan to mitigate any negative impacts on the community group. D. Inform the project sponsor about the potential impact on the community group. Correct answer: B. Engage with the community group to understand their concerns and assess potential impacts. Explanation: engaging with the newly identified stakeholder group is essential to understand their concerns, assess the project's potential impacts, and explore options for mitigation or engagement. Question 87. During project execution, a project manager is faced with a decision that could either significantly benefit the project's short term objectives or its long term sustainability. What should the project manager do first? He choose the option that benefits the short term objectives to ensure immediate success. He opt for the long term sustainability benefit to secure the project's future value. C. Evaluate the trade offs between the short term and long term impacts of the decision. D. Consult with the stakeholders to determine their preference. Correct answer: C. Evaluate the trade offs between the short term and long term impacts of the decision. Explanation: understanding the implications of each option is crucial for making a decision that balances immediate project success with long term sustainability. Question 88. During a project's execution phase, a project manager realizes that a key piece of technology integral to the project is about to become obsolete. What should the project manager do first? Continue with the current technology to avoid disrupting the project schedule. B. Evaluate the impact of the technology's obsolescence on the project and explore alternatives. C. Immediately switch to a newer technology without evaluating its compatibility with the project. D. Inform the stakeholders about the potential obsolescence and halt the project until a decision is made. Correct answer: B. Evaluate the impact of the technology's obsolescence on the project and explore alternatives. Explanation: assessing the implications of continuing with the obsolete technology and exploring viable alternatives are crucial to ensuring the project's success and relevance. Question 89. A project manager identifies a risk that could jeopardize the project's compliance with international regulations. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Modify the project plan to eliminate the risk. B. Document the risk and continue monitoring the project's progress. C. Conduct a thorough analysis to understand the risk's potential impact and develop mitigation strategies. D. Inform the stakeholders about the risk and suggest pausing the project until it is resolved. Correct answer. C. Conduct a thorough analysis to understand the risk's potential impact and develop mitigation strategies. Explanation. Understanding the risk's magnitude and developing effective strategies to mitigate it are essential to maintaining compliance and ensuring the project's smooth progression. Question 90. During the closing phase, a project manager discovers that the project deliverables may not be sustainable over the long term. What should the project manager do first? A. Complete the project as planned and address sustainability issues if they arise later. B. Conduct a sustainability assessment to determine the necessary adjustments to the deliverables. C. Recommend extending the project timeline to redesign the deliverables for sustainability. D. Notify the stakeholders of the potential sustainability issues and seek their guidance. Correct answer. B. Conduct a sustainability assessment to determine the necessary adjustments to the deliverables. Explanation. Assessing the sustainability of the deliverables allows the project manager to identify and address any issues proactively, ensuring the project's long term value and success. Question 91. A project manager is informed that a critical stakeholder's expectations have changed significantly midway through the project. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Adjust the project scope immediately to align with the new expectations. B. Engage with the stakeholder to gain a clear understanding of the new expectations and their implications. C. Continue with the original plan and address the stakeholders' changed expectations during the next phase. D. Request additional resources and budget to meet the changed expectations. Correct answer. B. Engage with the stakeholder to gain a clear understanding of the new expectations and their implications. Explanation. Understanding the stakeholders' new expectations and their impact on the project is crucial before making any adjustments to ensure that the project continues to meet its objectives effectively. Question 92. A project team is facing significant resistance to a new process implementation from a department crucial to the project's success. What should the project manager do first? A. Implement the process as planned and address resistance through training and communication. B. Reassess the process implementation plan in consultation with the resisting department to understand their concerns. C. Escalate the issue to senior management to enforce compliance with the new process. D. Offer incentives to the department for adopting the new process. Correct answer. B. Reassess the process implementation plan in consultation with the resisting department to understand their concerns. Explanation. Collaborating with the resisting department to understand their concerns can help identify and address the root causes of resistance, facilitating smoother implementation and adoption of the new process. Question 93. In the middle of a project, a new market analysis indicates a shift in customer preferences that could affect the project's end product. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the current project plan as the product development is already underway. B. Conduct a review to assess how the new market information impacts the project's scope and deliverables. C. Immediately adjust the project to align with the new customer preferences without a detailed review. D. Terminate the project to avoid producing an outdated product. Correct answer. B. Conduct a review to assess how the new market information impacts the project's scope and deliverables. Explanation. Understanding the implications of the market shift on the project is essential to making informed decisions about potential adjustments to ensure the project's relevance and success. Question 94. A project manager realizes that the data used for project planning was significantly flawed, leading to unrealistic timelines and budgets. What should the project manager do first? Adjust the project plan based on expert judgment without revisiting the flawed data. B. Continue with the current plan and address issues as they arise. C. Conduct a new analysis with accurate data to revise the project plan. D. Inform the stakeholders about the situation and propose halting the project. Correct answer. C. Conduct a new analysis with accurate data to revise the project plan. Explanation. Reevaluating the project plan with correct and reliable data is crucial to setting realistic expectations and achieving project objectives efficiently. Question 95. During the execution phase, a project manager finds that the project is not meeting its social responsibility goals, which are crucial to the organization's values. What is the first action the project manager should take? They redefine the project's social responsibility goals to more achievable targets. B. Analyze the reasons behind the failure to meet the goals and identify corrective actions. C. Continue with the project, prioritizing other objectives over social responsibility. D. Report the issue to the stakeholders and suggest reallocating resources to other areas. Correct answer. B. Analyze the reasons behind the failure to meet the goals and identify corrective actions. Explanation. Understanding why the project is falling short of its social responsibility goals is key to developing and implementing strategies to realign the project with these objectives. Question 96. A project manager is leading a project in an industry that is rapidly evolving due to technological advancements. Halfway through the project, a new technology emerges that could enhance the project outcome but requires significant changes to the project plan. What should the project manager do first? A. Immediately integrate the new technology into the project to stay ahead of the competition. B. Evaluate the benefits, costs, and risks associated with integrating the new technology into the project. C. Continue with the existing plan to avoid disruptions and consider the new technology for future projects. D. Seek approval from stakeholders to change the project scope to accommodate the new technology. Correct answer. B. Evaluate the benefits, costs, and risks associated with integrating the new technology into the project. Explanation. A thorough evaluation will help the project manager and stakeholders make an informed decision about whether the benefits of the new technology outweigh the costs and risks of implementing it mid-project. Question 97. A project manager notices that the output from a completed project phase does not meet the expected performance standards. What should the project manager do first? They proceed to the next phase and address the issues later to avoid delays. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the outputs are not meeting the expected standards. C. Request additional resources to redo the work immediately. D. Update the project documentation to reflect the current status and proceed with a lessons learned session. Correct answer. B. Conduct a root cause analysis to understand why the outputs are not meeting the expected standards. Explanation. Before taking corrective actions, it's essential to understand the underlying reasons for the performance shortfall to address the issue effectively and prevent recurrence. Question 98. During the testing phase, a project manager discovers a critical flaw that could potentially delay the project's delivery. What is the first action the project manager should take? They inform the stakeholders about the delay and adjust the project timeline. B. Conduct an impact analysis to determine the extent of the delay and potential mitigation strategies. C. Expedite the testing phase to make up for lost time, minimizing the delay. D. Reallocate resources from other tasks to focus on resolving the flaw. Correct answer. B. Conduct an impact analysis to determine the extent of the delay and potential mitigation strategies. Explanation. Understanding the impact of the flaw on the project's timeline and deliverables is crucial for developing an effective plan to address the issue and communicate accurately with stakeholders. Question 99. A project manager is leading a project in an environment with rapidly changing regulatory requirements. The latest changes could significantly impact the project scope and cost. What should the project manager do first? A. Update the project scope and budget to reflect the new requirements. B. Analyze the regulatory changes to understand their implications on the project. C. Communicate the potential impacts to stakeholders and request their input. D. Apply for an exemption from the new regulatory requirements. Correct answer. B. Analyze the regulatory changes to understand their implications on the project. Explanation. Before making any project adjustments, it's essential to fully understand the new regulatory requirements and their potential impact on the project to ensure informed decision making. Question 100. In the middle of a project, a key supplier announces bankruptcy, potentially affecting the project's schedule and cost. What is the first step the project manager should take? To find an alternative supplier immediately to avoid delays. B. Evaluate the impact of the supplier's bankruptcy on the project's deliverables, schedule, and cost. C. Notify stakeholders about the potential risk to the project's schedule and budget. D. Adjust the project schedule and budget to account for the change in suppliers. Correct answer. B. Evaluate the impact of the supplier's bankruptcy on the project's deliverables, schedule, and cost. Explanation. Assessing the impact is crucial to understand the extent of the potential disruption and to plan an effective response strategy. Question 101. During project execution, a project manager finds that the team is not adhering to the agreed upon quality standards, risking key deliverables integrity. What should the project manager do first? A. Implement stricter quality control measures to ensure compliance. B. Review the quality standards with the team to identify and address any misunderstandings or challenges. C. Report the issue to the stakeholders and propose a revised quality management plan. D. Reassign tasks to more experienced team members to ensure quality standards are met. Correct answer. B. Review the quality standards with the team to identify and address any misunderstandings or challenges. Explanation. Clarifying the quality requirements and understanding the team's challenges in meeting them can help identify the root cause and facilitate a targeted approach to improve compliance. Question 102. A project manager discovers that the project budget was based on outdated or incorrect financial data, leading to significant budget discrepancies. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Request additional funding based on revised estimates. B. Perform a thorough review of the budget to identify and correct the discrepancies. C. Continue with the project and address any financial shortfalls as they arise. D. Communicate the budget issues to stakeholders and pause the project until the budget is revised. Correct answer. B. Perform a thorough review of the budget to identify and correct the discrepancies. Explanation. Accurately identifying and correcting the budget discrepancies is essential to developing a realistic financial plan and preventing future issues. Question 103. During a project, a critical team member is unexpectedly reassigned to another project, threatening to derail the current project's timeline. What should the project manager do first? And negotiate with the other project manager to retain the critical team member. B. Assess the impact of the team member's reassignment on the project and identify potential mitigation strategies. C. Immediately find a replacement with similar skills and experience. D. Inform the stakeholders about the potential delay and adjust the project timeline. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the team member's reassignment on the project and identify potential mitigation strategies. Explanation. Understanding the reassignment's impact allows the project manager to develop informed strategies to mitigate the risks and address the resource gap effectively. Question 104. A project manager receives feedback that the project's intended deliverables will no longer meet the client's needs due to a shift in their business strategy. What is the first action the project manager should take? I recommend pausing the project to reassess the client's needs and expectations. B. Update the project deliverables to align with the client's new business strategy without further consultation. C. Arrange a meeting with the client to understand their new needs and how the project can be adjusted to meet them. D. Continue with the original project plan until the client provides specific change requests. Correct answer. C. Arrange a meeting with the client to understand their new needs and how the project can be adjusted to meet them. Explanation. Engaging directly with the client to understand their changing needs ensures that the project remains aligned with their expectations and delivers value. Question 105. A project is facing significant delays due to unforeseen technical challenges. What should the project manager do first to address these challenges? A. Accelerate subsequent project phases to recover lost time. B. Conduct a detailed analysis of the technical challenges to develop effective solutions. C. Request additional resources to expedite problem solving. D. Communicate the delays to stakeholders and revise the project timeline. Correct answer. B. Conduct a detailed analysis of the technical challenges to develop effective solutions. Explanation. Understanding the nature and extent of the technical challenges is essential for developing targeted and effective solutions to address the delays and get the project back on track. Question 106. A project manager learns that a key stakeholder has unspoken concerns about the project's direction. What is the first action the project manager should take? I continue with the project as planned since the concerns were not officially communicated. B. Arrange a private meeting with the stakeholder to openly discuss their concerns. C. Modify the project plan based on what the project manager perceives the concerns to be. D. Report the situation to senior management and ask for guidance. Correct answer. B. Arrange a private meeting with the stakeholder to openly discuss their concerns. Explanation. Directly engaging with the stakeholder to understand and address their concerns can prevent misunderstandings and align the project with stakeholder expectations. Question 107. During project execution, a new technology emerges that could significantly enhance project outcomes but requires a steep learning curve for the team. What should the project manager do first? A. Adopt the new technology immediately to gain its benefits. B. Conduct a cost-benefit analysis to determine if the new technology is worth the learning investment. C. Provide training for the team on the new technology without analyzing its impact. D. Stick to the original plan to avoid any disruptions. Correct answer. B. Conduct a cost benefit analysis to determine if the new technology is worth the learning investment. Explanation. Evaluating the potential benefits and costs associated with adopting the new technology will help make an informed decision about whether it aligns with the project's goals. Question 108. A project manager is facing resistance from the project team regarding the implementation of a new project management software. What is the first step the project manager should take to address this resistance and mandate the use of the software, emphasizing the benefits it brings to the project? B. Understand the team's concerns with the software and discuss possible solutions. C. Offer incentives to team members who adopt the software first. D. Revert to the old software to maintain team harmony. Correct answer. B. Understand the team's concerns with the software and discuss possible solutions. Explanation. Addressing resistance starts with understanding the underlying reasons for it. Engaging with the team to explore their concerns can lead to solutions that facilitate smoother adoption of the new software. Question 109. During a project review, the project manager identifies that one of the project objectives may no longer be relevant due to a shift in business strategy. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project as planned since the objectives were initially approved. B. Discuss the change in business strategy with the stakeholders to determine if the project objectives need to be adjusted. C. Immediately change the project objectives to align with the new business strategy. D. Terminate the project as it no longer aligns with the business strategy. Correct answer. B. Discuss the change in business strategy with the stakeholders to determine if the project objectives need to be adjusted. Explanation. Engaging with stakeholders to understand the implications of the changed business strategy ensures that the project remains aligned with organizational goals. Question 110. A project manager realizes that the project's critical path activities are significantly delayed. What is the first action the project manager should take? And expedite all critical path activities, regardless of the cost implications. B. Analyze the impact of the delays and explore options to realign the schedule. C. Inform the stakeholders about the delays and request an extension of the project deadline. D. Reassign resources from non-critical activities to critical ones. Correct answer. B. Analyze the impact of the delays and explore options to realign the schedule. Explanation. Understanding the impact of the delays on the overall project schedule is essential before making informed decisions on how to mitigate the delays and realign the project timeline. Question 111. A project is undergoing its final review when the project manager identifies a non-compliance with a key regulatory requirement. What should the project manager do first? He proceed with project closure and address the non-compliance if it becomes an issue later. B. Assess the extent of non-compliance and its implications on the project deliverables. C. Notify the stakeholders and recommend project termination due to non-compliance. D. Quickly make adjustments to the project to ensure compliance before closure. Correct answer. B. Assess the extent of non-compliance and its implications on the project deliverables. Explanation. Evaluating the non-compliance's impact on the project is crucial for determining the necessary corrective actions to meet regulatory requirements. Question 112. A project manager is informed that a critical resource will soon be unavailable due to organizational restructuring. What is the first step the project manager should take to mitigate the impact? A request that the resource be exempt from restructuring until the project is completed. B. Immediately look for an external replacement to fill the gap. C. Assess the project's dependency on the resource and develop a transition plan. D. Reallocate the resource's responsibilities among the remaining team members. Correct answer. C. Assess the project's dependency on the resource and develop a transition plan. Explanation: understanding how the resource's unavailability affects the project allows the project manager to create a strategic plan to ensure continuity and minimize disruptions. Question 113. During a project, it's discovered that a key assumption made during planning is incorrect, which could impact project costs. What should the project manager do first? A. Adjust the project budget immediately to account for the incorrect assumption. B. Reevaluate the project plan based on the correct information and assess the cost implications. C. Inform the stakeholders about the potential increase in costs and seek additional funding. D. Continue with the project and address any financial discrepancies during the closing phase. Correct answer: B. Reevaluate the project plan based on the correct information and assess the cost implications. Explanation: before making any budget adjustments, it's crucial to understand the full impact of the corrected assumption on the project to ensure any changes are well informed and justified. Question 114. A project manager discovers that a subcontractor's work is consistently below the agreed upon quality standards. What is the first step the project manager should take to address this issue? Terminate the contract with the subcontractor and find a new one. B. Discuss the quality issues with the subcontractor to identify causes and seek improvement. C. Adjust the project quality standards to align with the subcontractor's output. D. Increase the frequency of quality audits for the subcontractor's work. Correct answer. B. Discuss the quality issues with the subcontractor to identify causes and seek improvement. Explanation: engaging directly with the subcontractor to discuss the quality issues can help identify the root causes and collaboratively develop a plan to meet the required standards. Question 115. The project manager discovers that a key component of the project has been built on outdated technology which might not be supportable in the near future. What should the project manager do first? Continue with the current component to avoid project delays. B. Assess the risks and implications of continuing with the outdated technology. C. Immediately switch to a more current technology without a thorough analysis. D. Inform stakeholders about the situation and pause the project until a decision is made. Correct answer: B. Assess the risks and implications of continuing with the outdated technology. Explanation: understanding the potential risks and future support challenges of the outdated technology is crucial before making informed decisions about technology updates or replacements. Question 116. During the execution phase, a project manager realizes that the project is likely to exceed the environmental impact limits set by the company's sustainability policies. What is the first action the project manager should take? Modify the project execution plan to reduce the environmental impact. B. Conduct an environmental impact analysis to understand the extent of the potential exceedance. C. Inform stakeholders about the potential exceedance and propose a revised project plan. D. Apply for an exemption from the company's sustainability policies for the project. Correct answer: B. Conduct an environmental impact analysis to understand the extent of the potential exceedance. Explanation: accurately assessing the environmental impact is essential to identifying effective strategies to mitigate the exceedance and align the project with sustainability policies. Question 117. A project manager is informed that a critical assumption made during the project planning phase is no longer valid, threatening the project's viability. What is the first step the project manager should take? To continue with the project, assuming the impact will be minimal. B. Reassess the project's objectives and constraints in light of the new information. C. Notify stakeholders of the potential impact on the project's outcomes. D. Adjust the project plan immediately to accommodate the new reality without further analysis. Correct answer: B. Reassess the project's objectives and constraints in light of the new information. Explanation: a thorough reassessment of the project in the context of the invalidated assumption is crucial to understanding its implication and determining the appropriate course of action. Question 118. During a critical project phase, the project manager notices a significant drop in team morale, potentially impacting project performance. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Implement team building activities to boost morale. B. Identify and address the underlying causes of the low morale. C. Offer incentives to improve team performance. D. Increase monitoring of team performance to ensure project milestones are met. Correct answer: B. Identify and address the underlying causes of the low morale. Explanation: understanding the root causes of the decreased morale is essential for implementing targeted and effective solutions to improve team engagement and performance. Question 119. A project manager learns that a new regulatory requirement will significantly impact the project's scope but has not yet been finalized. What should the project manager do first? A. Pause the project until the regulatory requirement is finalized. B. Continue with the project as planned, ignoring the pending regulation. C. Monitor the development of the regulatory requirement to assess its potential impact. D. Preemptively adjust the project scope to what is anticipated to be required by the regulation. Correct answer: C. Monitor the development of the regulatory requirement to assess its potential impact. Explanation: keeping abreast of the regulatory developments allows the project manager to make timely and informed decisions once the requirement is finalized. Question 120. A project manager is leading a project with a tight deadline when a major stakeholder requests additional features. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Inform the stakeholder that no changes can be accommodated due to the tight deadline. B. Assess the impact of incorporating the additional features on the project's scope, time, and cost. C. Immediately include the additional features to maintain stakeholder satisfaction. D. Request additional resources to incorporate the new features without impacting the deadline. Correct answer: B. Assess the impact of incorporating the additional features on the project's scope, time, and cost. Explanation: understanding the implications of the requested changes is crucial to making informed decisions about whether and how to incorporate them without jeopardizing the project's objectives. Question 121. During a project manager discovers that there is a misalignment between the project's outcomes and the strategic goals it was intended to support. What should the project manager do first? To continue with the project, assuming the alignment will improve over time. B. Engage with stakeholders to clarify the strategic goals and realign the project objectives accordingly. C. Terminate the project immediately to avoid further misalignment. B. Modify the project outcomes without stakeholder consultation to align with perceived strategic goals. Correct answer. B. Engage with stakeholders to clarify the strategic goals and realign the project objectives accordingly. Explanation. Ensuring that the project is aligned with the organization's strategic goals is crucial for its success and relevance, necessitating stakeholder engagement to clarify and realign objectives as needed. Question 122. A project manager realizes that the data used for making key project decisions is outdated, potentially affecting the project's success. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Update the data and re-evaluate the decisions based on current information. B. Continue with the current decisions, assuming the impact of outdated data is minimal. C. Inform the stakeholders about the situation and seek their input on how to proceed. D. Pause all project activities until new data can be collected and analyzed. Correct answer. Update the data and re-evaluate the decisions based on current information. Explanation. Ensuring decisions are based on accurate and current data is essential for the project's success, necessitating a re-evaluation of decisions with updated data. Question 123. During project planning, a project manager identifies a potential future bottleneck in resources due to overlapping project phases. What is the first step the project manager should take? To reallocate resources immediately to prevent the potential bottleneck. B. Develop a resource leveling plan to address the anticipated bottleneck. C. Inform stakeholders about the potential issue and its possible impact on the project timeline. D. Accelerate the overlapping phases to reduce the duration of the resource overlap. Correct answer. B. Develop a resource leveling plan to address the anticipated bottleneck. Explanation. Proactively planning for resource allocation through resource leveling can prevent bottlenecks and ensure efficient use of resources throughout the project. Question 124. The project manager realizes that the project's main deliverable will not meet the newly updated industry standards that were published during the project execution phase. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Continue with the deliverable as planned since the standards changed mid-project. B. Assess the gap between the project deliverable and the new standards to understand the required changes. C. Immediately start working on aligning the deliverable with the new standards without a gap analysis. D. Notify the stakeholders of the potential non-compliance and halt the project until further notice. Correct answer. B. Assess the gap between the project deliverable and the new standards to understand the required changes. Explanation. Before making any adjustments, it's crucial to understand the extent of the changes needed to meet the new standards, which will inform the best course of action to achieve compliance. Question 125. During the project execution phase, a project manager identifies a potential future shortage of a critical material that could impact the project timeline. What should the project manager do first? A. Order excess material immediately to mitigate the risk of a shortage. B. Analyze the potential impact of the shortage and develop mitigation strategies. C. Inform the stakeholders about the possible delay and adjust the project timeline. D. Shift the project focus away from tasks that require the critical material. Correct answer. B. Analyze the potential impact of the shortage and develop mitigation strategies. Explanation. Before taking action, the project manager should understand the potential impacts of the material shortage and explore various strategies to mitigate the risk, ensuring informed decision making. Question 126. A project manager is informed that a competitor has launched a product that diminishes the value of the project's intended outcome. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Proceed with the project as planned, assuming the project's outcomes will still be valuable. B. Conduct a competitive analysis to understand the impact on the project's value proposition. C. Pivot the project immediately to differentiate the outcome from the competitor's product. D. Recommend the termination of the project due to the competitor's product launch. Correct answer. B. Conduct a competitive analysis to understand the impact on the project's value proposition. Explanation: understanding the competitor's product and its impact on the project's intended outcome is crucial for determining how to proceed, whether that means adjusting the project's direction or reinforcing its unique value proposition. Question 127. A project manager discovers that the project is at risk of violating environmental regulations which were not adequately considered during the planning phase. What should the project manager do first? He modified the project plan to ensure compliance with environmental regulations. B. Conduct an environmental impact assessment to understand the potential violations. C. Inform stakeholders of the compliance issues and suggest halting the project. D. Continue with the project and address any environmental issues if they arise. Correct answer: B. Conduct an environmental impact assessment to understand the potential violations. Explanation: a thorough assessment of the potential environmental impacts and regulatory compliance is essential to identify and implement the necessary changes to ensure the project adheres to environmental standards. Question 128. During project execution, a project manager finds that the integration of two critical project components is more complex than anticipated, threatening the project deadline. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Reallocate resources to expedite the integration process. B. Assess the integration challenges and explore alternative integration approaches. C. Extend the project deadline to accommodate the additional integration time. D. Inform stakeholders of the integration issue and its potential impact on the timeline. Correct answer: B. Assess the integration challenges and explore alternative integration approaches. Explanation: understanding the specific integration challenges is crucial to identifying effective alternative strategies or solutions that could mitigate the impact on the project timeline. Question 129. A project manager realizes that the project's current direction will not achieve one of its critical success factors. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project, prioritizing other success factors. B. Reevaluate the project objectives and realign the project plan to ensure the critical success factor is met. C. Notify the stakeholders that the critical success factor cannot be achieved and seek their input. C. Adjust the definition of the project's success factors to align with the current direction. Correct answer: B. Reevaluate the project objectives and realign the project plan to ensure the critical success factor is met. Explanation: ensuring that all critical success factors are met is essential for the project's success. Reevaluating and realigning the project objectives and plan is crucial to addressing the discrepancy and achieving the desired outcomes. Question 130. A project manager is notified of an upcoming legal change that will impact the project's core processes. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Adjust the project processes immediately to comply with the anticipated legal change. B. Analyze the potential impacts of the legal change on the project and determine necessary adjustments. C. Wait until the legal change is enacted before making any project adjustments. D. Inform stakeholders of the potential impact and seek legal advice on how to proceed. Correct answer. B. Analyze the potential impacts of the legal change on the project and determine necessary adjustments. Explanation. Proactively analyzing the legal change's impact on the project allows for informed planning and timely adjustments to ensure compliance while minimizing disruption. Question 131. During a project, a key stakeholder's business priorities shift, potentially affecting their support for the project. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project as planned, assuming the stakeholder's support will remain unchanged. B. Engage with the stakeholder to understand their new priorities and assess the impact on their support. C. Immediately seek new stakeholders to replace the potential loss of support. D. Adjust the project objectives to align with the stakeholders' new priorities. Correct answer. B. Engage with the stakeholder to understand their new priorities and assess the impact on their support. Explanation. Direct engagement with the stakeholder is essential to understand their changing priorities and to strategize on maintaining their support or adapting the project to align with the new priorities. Question 132. A project manager learns that a project team member is using an unapproved method to complete their tasks, potentially affecting the project outcome. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Allow the team member to continue if their method proves to be effective. B. Discuss the situation with the team member to understand their rationale and assess the method's impact. C. Immediately instruct the team member to cease using the unapproved method. D. Report the team member's actions to Human Resources for disciplinary action. Correct answer. B. Discuss the situation with the team member to understand their rationale and assess the method's impact. Explanation. Understanding why the team member chose the unapproved method and its potential effects on the project is crucial before deciding on the appropriate course of action. Question 133. A project manager learns that the primary competitor has made a breakthrough that could render the project's expected deliverable obsolete. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Continue with the project as planned, assuming the deliverable still holds some value. B. Conduct a strategic review to assess the breakthrough's impact on the project's relevance and deliverables. C. Immediately pivot the project to develop a competitive response to the breakthrough. D. Inform stakeholders of the situation and suggest reconsidering the project's continuation. Correct answer. B. Conduct a strategic review to assess the breakthrough's impact on the project's relevance and deliverables. Explanation. Before making any decisions, it's crucial to understand the competitor's breakthrough's impact on the project and its deliverables, enabling informed strategic decision making. Question 134. During the execution phase, a project manager discovers that the chosen technology for a project component is likely to be discontinued. What should the project manager do first? To switch to a different technology immediately to avoid future issues. B. Assess the implications of the technology discontinuation on the project and explore alternative solutions. C. Continue with the current technology, assuming that support will be available until project completion. D. Notify stakeholders about the potential risk and halt the project until a new technology is selected. Correct answer. B. Assess the implications of the technology discontinuation on the project and explore alternative solutions. Explanation. Understanding the impact of the technology discontinuation is essential for evaluating options and making informed decisions about whether and how to transition to alternative solutions. Question 135. A project manager realizes that the project's scope creep has led to significant deviations from the original objectives. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Implement scope control measures to prevent further scope creep. B. Reassess the project objectives and scope to align with the current direction of the project. C. Inform stakeholders of the deviations and seek their input on how to proceed. D. Scale back the project deliverables to match the original objectives, disregarding the scope creep. Correct answer: B. Reassess the project objectives and scope to align with the current direction of the project. Explanation: a thorough reassessment of the project's objectives and scope is necessary to understand the extent of the scope creep and to realign the project's direction, ensuring that it meets stakeholders' current needs and expectations. Question 136. During project planning, a project manager identifies a risk that could jeopardize the entire project. However, the probability of occurrence is extremely low. What should the project manager do first? A. Ignore the risk due to its low probability. B. Develop a comprehensive contingency plan in case the risk materializes. C. Perform a qualitative and quantitative risk analysis to understand the potential impact better. D. Inform stakeholders about the risk and suggest increasing the budget to mitigate it. Correct answer: C. Perform a qualitative and quantitative risk analysis to understand the potential impact better. Explanation: even if a risk has a low probability of occurrence, understanding its potential impact through qualitative and quantitative analysis is crucial, especially if it could jeopardize the entire project. This analysis will inform the appropriate risk response strategies. Question 137. A project manager is managing a project where the team members are from diverse cultural backgrounds. Misunderstandings arising from cultural differences are affecting team cohesion and productivity. What should the project manager do first? A. Arrange for a team building retreat focused on cultural sensitivity and awareness. B. Assign team members to tasks that require minimal interaction to reduce misunderstandings. C. Implement a standardized communication protocol to avoid cultural misinterpretations. D. Conduct a session to acknowledge cultural differences and encourage open dialogue about effective collaboration practices. Correct answer: D. Conduct a session to acknowledge cultural differences and encourage open dialogue about effective collaboration practices. Explanation: addressing cultural differences directly by fostering open dialogue can enhance mutual understanding and collaboration, leading to improved team cohesion and productivity. Question 138. During the testing phase, a project manager realizes that the product does not meet a critical performance requirement. Revising the product to meet the requirement could delay the project significantly. What is the first action the project manager should take? To proceed with project closure and address the performance issue in a future project. E. Assess the impact of the performance issue on the project deliverables and stakeholder satisfaction. C. Immediately initiate changes to meet the performance requirement regardless of the delay. D. Consult with stakeholders to determine if the performance requirement can be adjusted or waived. Correct answer: B. Assess the impact of the performance issue on the project deliverables and stakeholder satisfaction. Explanation: understanding the implications of the performance shortfall is crucial for making informed decisions about potential revisions or consultations with stakeholders regarding requirement adjustments. Question 139. A project manager identifies that the project's key outcome will likely trigger significant changes in the organization's operational processes. What should the project manager do first to ensure a smooth transition? They develop a change management plan to address the potential operational impacts. He informed the operational teams that they will need to adapt to the changes once the project is completed. C. Recommend pausing the project until the operational teams are prepared for the changes. D. Implement the project outcomes and address operational issues as they arise post-implementation. Correct answer. Develop a change management plan to address the potential operational impacts. Explanation. Proactively developing a change management plan ensures that the operational impacts are carefully managed, facilitating a smoother transition and reducing resistance to change. Question 140. During the project closure phase, a project manager discovers a critical legal compliance issue that was overlooked. Addressing the issue would require reopening the project and additional resources. What should the project manager do first? They close the project as planned and address the compliance issue in a separate initiative. B. Reopen the project and allocate the necessary resources to resolve the compliance issue. C. Evaluate the legal implications and potential risks associated with the compliance issue. D. Notify stakeholders of the compliance issue and seek their guidance on the next steps. Correct answer. C. Evaluate the legal implications and potential risks associated with the compliance issue. Explanation. Before deciding on the course of action, it's essential to understand the legal and risk implications of the compliance issue to ensure that any subsequent steps are well informed and appropriate. Question 141. A project manager notices that project team members are increasingly bypassing established project processes, leading to inconsistencies in project execution. What is the first step the project manager should take to address this issue? A. Enforce the processes more strictly and monitor compliance closely. B. Understand why team members are bypassing the processes and if the processes need adjustment. C. Implement penalties for non-compliance with established processes. D. Escalate the issue to higher management to ensure adherence to processes. Correct answer. B. Understand why team members are bypassing the processes and if the processes need adjustment. Explanation. Identifying the reasons behind the non-adherence is critical to determining whether the processes need refinement or if there are other underlying issues that need to be addressed to ensure consistent project execution. Question 142. A project manager is informed that a key team member will be unavailable for a crucial phase of the project due to unforeseen personal reasons. The team member possesses unique skills crucial for the phase. What should the project manager do first? He proceed with the phase as planned, distributing the team members' tasks among other team members. B. Delay the project phase until the team member is available again. C. Identify and arrange for a temporary expert with similar skills to ensure the phase proceeds as planned. D. Assess the impact of the team member's absence on the project and explore all possible options, including rescheduling and temporary replacements. Correct answer. D. Assess the impact of the team member's absence on the project and explore all possible options, including rescheduling and temporary replacements. Explanation. Understanding the full impact of the absence allows the project manager to consider various strategies, such as rescheduling critical tasks or finding a temporary replacement, ensuring an informed decision is made. Question 143. During the execution phase, A project manager realizes that the chosen approach for a project activity is significantly less efficient than anticipated, potentially impacting the project timeline. What should the project manager do first? Continue with the current approach, as changing now could cause further delays. B. Immediately switch to a more efficient method without conducting a thorough analysis. C. Conduct an analysis to understand the inefficiencies and identify potential alternatives. D. Inform stakeholders about the delay and seek additional resources to expedite the current approach. Correct answer: C. Conduct an analysis to understand the inefficiencies and identify potential alternatives. Explanation: before making any changes, it's crucial to analyze the cause of the inefficiencies and explore alternative approaches, ensuring that any adjustments made are based on a thorough understanding of the situation. Question 144. A project manager discovers that a subcontractor's work does not meet the project's quality standards, potentially affecting the project outcome. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Terminate the contract with the subcontractor and find a replacement. B. Discuss the quality issues with the subcontractor to understand the reasons and identify improvement plans. C. Adjust the project's quality standards to accommodate the subcontractor's work. D. Report the issue to the stakeholders and recommend a review of all subcontractor agreements. Correct answer: B. Discuss the quality issues with the subcontractor to understand the reasons and identify improvement plans. Explanation: engaging with the subcontractor to discuss the quality issues can help identify the root causes and collaboratively develop a plan to meet the project's quality standards. Question 145. During a project review, a project manager identifies that the project is consuming resources at a rate faster than planned, indicating a potential budget overrun. What should the project manager do first? A. Request additional funding to cover the potential budget overrun. B. Analyze the resource usage to identify areas where efficiency can be improved. C. Reduce the project scope to align with the available budget. D. Communicate the potential overrun to stakeholders and discuss possible financial adjustments. Correct answer: B. Analyze the resource usage to identify areas where efficiency can be improved. Explanation: understanding the cause of the increased resource consumption is essential to identifying strategies for improving efficiency and preventing a budget overrun. Question 146. A project manager is leading a project that is part of a program. The program manager informs the project manager of a strategic shift that alters the program's objectives, potentially impacting the project. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Continue with the project as planned since the original objectives were approved. B. Align the project's objectives with the new program objectives without conducting an impact analysis. C. Assess the impact of the program's new objectives on the project and determine necessary adjustments. D. Suggest pausing the project until the program's new objectives are finalized and stable. Correct answer: C. Assess the impact of the program's new objectives on the project and determine necessary adjustments. Explanation: understanding how the shift in program objectives affects the project is crucial for making informed decisions about realigning the project to ensure it contributes effectively to the program's goals. Question 147. A project manager notices that the project's risk management processes are not being followed consistently by the team, potentially exposing the project to unidentified risks. What should the project manager do first? I reinforce the importance of risk management in a team meeting and provide additional training if necessary. B. Overlook the inconsistency, assuming that major risks have already been identified. C. Assign a dedicated risk manager to ensure compliance with the risk management processes. D. Update the risk management plan to make it simpler and more approachable for the team. Correct answer: reinforce the importance of risk management in a team meeting and provide additional training if necessary. Explanation: addressing the issue directly with the team and reinforcing the importance of risk management processes ensures that all team members understand their role in identifying and managing risks, thereby enhancing the project's resilience. Question 148. During project planning, a project manager finds that the project's success is heavily dependent on a technology that is currently stable but is expected to undergo significant changes in the near future. What should the project manager do first? They proceed with the current technology, planning to adapt to changes as they occur. B. Conduct a technology forecast and impact analysis to understand potential future changes and their implications for the project. C. Immediately seek alternative technologies that are expected to be more stable in the long term. D. Inform stakeholders of the potential risk and suggest extending the project timeline to accommodate future technology changes. Correct answer: B. Conduct a technology forecast and impact analysis to understand potential future changes and their implications for the project. Explanation: analyzing the expected technological changes and their potential impact on the project allows for proactive planning and decision making, ensuring the project's long term viability and success. Question 149. A project manager identifies a legal change that will affect the project's execution, but is unsure of the change's extent and timeline. What should the project manager do first? A. Modify the project plan based on a preliminary understanding of the legal change. B. Consult with legal experts to understand the specific implications of the legal change for the project. C. Inform stakeholders about the potential legal issue and its possible impacts on the project. D. Wait until the legal change is fully defined before taking any action to avoid unnecessary adjustments. Correct answer: B. Consult with legal experts to understand the specific implications of the legal change for the project. Explanation: engaging with legal experts provides clarity on the legal change's implications, enabling the project manager to make informed decisions about necessary adjustments to the project plan. Question 150. During the execution phase, a project manager realizes that a significant portion of the project's data is being stored in a manner that does not comply with new data protection regulations. What is the first action the project manager should take? Adjust the data storage practices immediately to comply with the regulations without assessing the full scope of the changes. B. Continue with the current data storage practices until the project's next phase and then make necessary adjustments. C. Assess the scope of the non-compliance and develop a plan to align the project's data handling with the new regulations. D. Notify stakeholders of the compliance issue and halt all project activities related to data handling until a solution is implemented. Correct answer: C. Assess the scope of the non-compliance and develop a plan to align the project's data handling with the new regulations. Explanation: understanding the extent of the non-compliance is essential for developing an effective plan to adjust data handling practices, ensuring that the project adheres to the new regulatory requirements. Question 151. During a critical project phase, a project manager realizes that a recently implemented organizational policy conflicts with the project's methodology, potentially affecting project outcomes. What should the project manager do first? A modify the project methodology to align with the new organizational policy. B. Assess the impact of the policy on the project and identify possible adaptations. C. Continue with the current methodology, assuming the policy will not be strictly enforced. D. Escalate the issue to senior management to seek an exemption for the project. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the policy on the project and identify possible adaptations. Explanation. Understanding how the new policy affects the project allows the project manager to make informed decisions about adapting the project methodology or seeking other solutions to ensure project success. Question 152. A project manager learns that a key project deliverable may infringe on a patent, posing a significant legal risk. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Ignore the potential infringement, assuming it will not be a major issue. B. Consult with legal experts to understand the implications and explore alternatives. C. Modify the deliverable immediately to avoid any potential infringement. D. Inform stakeholders about the risk and suggest pausing the project until it's resolved. Correct answer. B. Consult with legal experts to understand the implications and explore alternatives. Explanation. Engaging with legal experts provides clarity on the potential infringement and informs the project manager about possible actions to mitigate legal risks and ensure the project's compliance. Question 153. During the execution phase, a project manager discovers that the project is not in compliance with a new industry standard that was not considered during the planning phase. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the project, planning to address compliance in the next phase. B. Reevaluate the project's alignment with the new standard and identify necessary changes. C. Request additional budget and resources to bring the project into compliance immediately. D. Notify stakeholders of the non-compliance and recommend halting the project. Correct answer. B. Reevaluate the project's alignment with the new standard and identify necessary changes. Explanation. Assessing the project's current state in relation to the new standard is crucial to understanding the gaps and planning effective changes to ensure compliance. Question 154. A project manager notices a growing trend in the industry that could enhance the project's outcomes if incorporated. However, this would require a significant change in project direction. What should the project manager do first? Implement the change immediately to keep up with industry trends. B. Evaluate the trend's potential impact on the project and consider stakeholders' perspectives. C. Disregard the trend to maintain focus on the original project plan. D. Request an increase in budget and resources to incorporate the trend. Correct answer. B. Evaluate the trend's potential impact on the project and consider stakeholders' perspectives. Explanation. Before making any decisions, it's important to assess how the industry trend could enhance the project and to understand stakeholders' views, ensuring that any shifts in direction are beneficial and supported. Question 155. A project manager realizes that the scope defined in the project charter does not cover all aspects necessary for successful project delivery. What should the project manager do first? Expand the scope unilaterally to cover all necessary aspects. B. Discuss the scope discrepancies with the project sponsor and seek agreement on necessary changes. C. Continue with the defined scope, assuming it will suffice for project success. D. Request a formal scope change from the Change Control Board. Correct answer. B. Discuss the scope discrepancies with the project sponsor and seek agreement on necessary changes. Explanation: clarifying the scope with the sponsor and reaching a consensus on necessary adjustments ensures that the project is set up for success and aligned with stakeholders' expectations. Question 156. During a project, a key stakeholder raises concerns that the project's current trajectory will not meet the intended strategic objectives. What should the project manager do first? A. Realign the project to match the stakeholders' perspective without further analysis. B. Assess whether the project's trajectory aligns with the defined strategic objectives and identify necessary adjustments. C. Inform the stakeholder that the project plan has been approved and will not be changed. D. Request clarification on strategic objectives from all stakeholders to ensure alignment. Correct answer: B. Assess whether the project's trajectory aligns with the defined strategic objectives and identify necessary adjustments. Explanation: evaluating the project's alignment with strategic objectives allows the project manager to understand the validity of the stakeholders' concerns and to make informed decisions about realigning the project if necessary. Question 157. A project manager discovers that the data used for project decision making is outdated, potentially affecting project outcomes. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Continue using the data, assuming it is still relatively accurate. B. Update the data analysis to ensure that decision making is based on current and accurate information. C. Inform stakeholders about the issue and suggest relying on expert judgment instead. P. Halt all decision making processes until new data can be gathered. Correct answer: B. Update the data analysis to ensure that decision making is based on current and accurate information. Explanation: ensuring decisions are made based on accurate and current data is critical for the project's success, necessitating an update of the data analysis to reflect the latest information. Question 158. During project execution, a project manager finds that the team's performance is not meeting the project's quality standards. What should the project manager do first? A. Increase supervision and control over the team's work to improve quality. B. Identify the root causes of the quality issues and address them with targeted interventions. C. Implement immediate corrective actions to fix the quality issues without identifying their causes. D. Report the quality issues to stakeholders and suggest extending the project timeline to improve quality. Correct answer: B. Identify the root causes of the quality issues and address them with targeted interventions. Explanation: understanding why the team's performance is not meeting quality standards is essential for implementing effective solutions that address the underlying issues rather than just treating the symptoms. Question 159. A project manager is leading a project in a volatile market where external factors could significantly impact the project's viability. What is the first action the project manager should take to mitigate this risk? A. Proceed with the project as planned while monitoring the external environment. B. Develop a flexible project plan that can adapt to changes in the external environment. C. Request additional resources to buffer the project against external fluctuations. D. Conduct a thorough risk analysis to understand how external factors could impact the project and develop corresponding mitigation strategies. Correct answer: D. Conduct a thorough risk analysis to understand how external factors could impact the project and develop corresponding mitigation strategies. Explanation: A comprehensive risk analysis focused on external factors is crucial for developing targeted strategies to mitigate potential impacts on the project, ensuring preparedness for various market scenarios. Question 160. A project manager realizes that the project is heavily dependent on a critical resource who is considering leaving the company. What should the project manager do first to mitigate this risk? And negotiate with the resource to stay until the project is completed. B. Immediately start cross-training other team members to ensure knowledge transfer. C. Conduct a risk assessment to understand the potential impact and develop a mitigation plan. P. Hire a replacement for the critical resource as quickly as possible. Correct answer. C. Conduct a risk assessment to understand the potential impact and develop a mitigation plan. Explanation. Before taking action, it's crucial to assess the potential impact of the loss of the critical resource and develop a comprehensive mitigation plan, which could include cross-training, hiring, or other strategies. Question 161. During a project status meeting, a project manager is informed that a new government regulation will affect the project's key deliverables. The project team is unsure how to proceed. What should the project manager do first? A. Advise the team to continue with the current plan until more information is available. B. Halt the project until the team fully understands the new regulations' implications. C. Initiate a legal review to understand the regulations' requirements and impact on the project. D. Adjust the project deliverables immediately to comply with the anticipated changes in regulation. Correct answer. C. Initiate a legal review to understand the regulations' requirements and impact on the project. Explanation. Understanding the legal requirements and how they impact the project is essential for making informed decisions, necessitating a legal review before adjusting project plans or deliverables. Question 162. A project manager discovers that the project's main vendor is facing financial difficulties, which may impact their ability to deliver on time. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Find and qualify a new vendor as a replacement. B. Monitor the vendor's financial status and prepare for potential impacts. C. Conduct a risk analysis to assess the potential impact on the project and develop contingency plans. D. Inform the stakeholders about the potential risk and suggest increasing the project's contingency fund. Correct answer. C. Conduct a risk analysis to assess the potential impact on the project and develop contingency plans. Explanation. A detailed risk analysis will help the project manager understand the potential impacts of the vendor's financial difficulties and facilitate the development of effective contingency plans. Question 163. During the project execution phase, a project manager realizes that the project is not generating the expected business value. What should the project manager do first? A. Reevaluate the project's alignment with business goals and identify areas for realignment. B. Continue with the execution as planned, assuming the value will materialize in later stages. C. Recommend the termination of the project due to the lack of expected business value. D. Modify the project objectives to align with the realized value without further analysis. Correct answer. A. Reevaluate the project's alignment with business goals and identify areas for realignment. Explanation. Understanding how and why the project is failing to deliver expected business value is crucial for identifying necessary adjustments to realign the project with its intended goals. Question 164. A project manager is informed that an essential stakeholder has changed their requirements late in the project lifecycle, potentially causing significant rework. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Incorporate the changes immediately to satisfy the stakeholders' requirements. B. Evaluate the impact of the changes on the project scope, timeline, and budget. C. Deny the change request to maintain the project's current direction and timeline. D. Escalate the issue to higher management to decide on the change request. Correct answer. B. Evaluate the impact of the changes on the project's scope, timeline, and budget. Explanation. Assessing the implications of the new requirements is essential for understanding their effects on the project and determining the best course of action while maintaining alignment with project goals. Question 165. In the middle of a project manager realizes that the chosen solution will soon be obsolete due to technological advancements. What should the project manager do first? A. Continue with the current solution, planning to upgrade after the project is completed. B. Assess the impact of the technological advancements on the project and explore alternative solutions. C. Immediately shift to a new technology without assessing its impact on the project. D. Pause the project to conduct a thorough analysis of emerging technologies. Correct answer. B. Assess the impact of the technological advancements on the project and explore alternative solutions. Explanation. Understanding how emerging technologies affect the chosen solution allows the project manager to make informed decisions about whether to adapt the project to incorporate newer technologies. Question 166. A project manager notices that project progress reports are consistently optimistic, but actual progress does not align with these reports. What is the first action the project manager should take? I instruct the team to provide more accurate and realistic progress reports. B. Conduct an audit of the project's reporting processes to identify and correct discrepancies. C. Adjust the project plan based on the optimistic reports to maintain stakeholder confidence. D. Report the issue to stakeholders and suggest revising the project's objectives and metrics. Correct answer. B. Conduct an audit of the project's reporting processes to identify and correct discrepancies. Explanation. Investigating the reporting process helps identify why reports are overly optimistic and ensures future reports accurately reflect project progress, enabling better decision making. Question 167. During project planning, a project manager identifies a potential conflict between two project objectives. What should the project manager do first to resolve this conflict? They choose one objective to prioritize and adjust the project plan accordingly. B. Facilitate a discussion with key stakeholders to clarify and align the project objectives. C. Modify the project scope to eliminate the conflicting objectives. D. Proceed with the project plan, assuming the conflict will resolve itself during execution. Correct answer. B. Facilitate a discussion with key stakeholders to clarify and align the project objectives. Explanation. Engaging stakeholders in clarifying and aligning objectives ensures that the project is set up for success with a coherent and unified direction. Question 168. A project manager learns that a new compliance regulation will be enacted soon, which may impact the project's current design. The specifics of the regulation are still unclear. What should the project manager do first? Await until the regulation is enacted and then adjust the project design as necessary. He proactively redesign the project to what the manager anticipates the regulation will require. C. Monitor the development of the regulation to promptly adapt the project once the requirements are clear. D. Inform stakeholders about the potential impact and halt the project until the regulation is defined. Correct answer. C. Monitor the development of the regulation to promptly adapt the project once the requirements are clear. Explanation. Keeping abreast of the regulatory development allows the project manager to quickly adapt the project to comply with the regulation once its requirements are established, minimizing potential disruptions. Question 169. A project manager discovers that a project's key outcome may negatively impact another ongoing project within the organization. What should the project manager do first? A. Proceed with the project as planned, as the other project's manager is responsible for managing their project's risks. B. Assess the interdependencies and potential impacts between the two projects and identify mitigation strategies. C. Immediately inform the stakeholders of both projects and suggest halting one of the projects. D. Isolate the projects from each other to prevent any potential negative impact. Correct answer. B. Assess the interdependencies and potential impacts between the two projects and identify mitigation strategies. Explanation. Understanding the relationship and potential impacts between the projects is essential for developing strategies to mitigate any negative consequences, ensuring that both projects can succeed. Question 170. During a project manager is faced with a stakeholder conflict where two key stakeholders have opposing views on the project's direction. What should the project manager do first? A. Align with the more influential stakeholder to ensure project progression. B. Arrange a meeting with both stakeholders to facilitate a consensus building discussion. C. Escalate the issue to higher management to resolve the conflict. D. Proceed with the project, documenting the stakeholder conflict for future reference. Correct answer. B. Arrange a meeting with both stakeholders to facilitate a consensus building discussion. Explanation. Facilitating a discussion between the conflicting stakeholders can help uncover the root of the disagreement and work towards a mutually acceptable solution, maintaining stakeholder engagement and project alignment. Question 171. A project manager identifies a significant risk that could jeopardize the project's timeline. However, the probability of the risk occurring is low. What is the first step the project manager should take? A. Ignore the risk due to its low probability. B. Implement immediate actions to eliminate the risk. C. Develop a risk response plan that includes contingency plans if the risk materializes. D. Increase the project's contingency reserve to cover the potential delay. Correct answer. C. Develop a risk response plan that includes contingency plans if the risk materializes. Explanation. Developing a risk response plan with specific contingency plans ensures that the project is prepared to address the risk effectively if it occurs, despite its low probability. Question 172. A project manager learns that the software being developed may not meet the latest cybersecurity standards. What should the project manager do first to address this issue? A. Continue development as planned and address cybersecurity in the next phase. B. Conduct a cybersecurity assessment to determine the gaps and necessary actions to meet the standards. C. Immediately halt software development until the cybersecurity standards are met. D. Notify stakeholders of potential cybersecurity risks and seek additional funding for enhancements. Correct answer. B. Conduct a cybersecurity assessment to determine the gaps and necessary actions to meet the standards. Explanation. Assessing the software against the latest cybersecurity standards is crucial to identify specific areas of non-compliance and to plan targeted actions to ensure the software meets the necessary criteria. Question 173. During a project manager finds that the team is not fully utilizing a new project management tool, leading to inefficiencies. What should the project manager do first? A mandate the use of the tool and monitor compliance closely. He conduct a training session to ensure the team understands how to use the tool effectively. C. Revert to the old tool to avoid resistance and ensure team comfort. D. Evaluate why the team is reluctant to use the new tool and address any underlying issues. Correct answer: D. Evaluate why the team is reluctant to use the new tool and address any underlying issues. Explanation: understanding the reasons behind the team's reluctance allows the project manager to address specific concerns or provide additional training, ensuring the tool is used effectively to enhance project efficiency. Question 174. A project manager is notified that a critical piece of equipment will be delivered late, which could delay the project. What should the project manager do first? A. Adjust the project schedule to accommodate the late delivery. B. Explore alternative sources for the equipment to avoid delays. C. Assess the impact of the late delivery on the project timeline and identify potential mitigation strategies. D. Communicate the potential delay to stakeholders and prepare for a revised timeline. Correct answer: C. Assess the impact of the late delivery on the project timeline and identify potential mitigation strategies. Explanation: before taking action, it's essential to understand the impact of the delayed delivery on the project and explore all possible options to mitigate the delay, ensuring informed decision making. Question 175. During the project closure phase, a project manager discovers that the project's outcomes do not align with one of the strategic objectives it was intended to support. What should the project manager do first? A. Close the project as planned and address the misalignment in a post-project review. B. Reopen the project to realign the outcomes with the strategic objective. C. Analyze the reasons for the misalignment and discuss the findings with stakeholders to determine the next steps. D. Modify the strategic objective to align with the project's outcomes. Correct answer: C. Analyze the reasons for the misalignment and discuss the findings with stakeholders to determine the next steps. Explanation: understanding why the project outcomes do not align with the strategic objective is crucial for determining whether the project needs adjustments or if the strategic objectives need reevaluation. Question 176. A project manager finds that the project is likely to exceed its environmental impact limits. What is the first action the project manager should take? A. Continue with the project, assuming the environmental impact will be acceptable. B. Modify the project plan to reduce its environmental impact. C. Conduct an environmental impact analysis to quantify the exceedance and explore mitigation options. D. Notify stakeholders of the potential environmental impact and seek their guidance. Correct answer: C. Conduct an environmental impact analysis to quantify the exceedance and explore mitigation options. Explanation: quantifying the environmental impact and exploring mitigation options is essential for making informed decisions to reduce the project's environmental footprint and ensure compliance with environmental standards. Question 177. A project manager realizes that the project scope is not fully defined, leading to uncertainties in deliverables. What should the project manager do first? Proceed with the current scope, assuming it will be clarified during execution. B. Engage with stakeholders to clarify and document the project's scope fully. C. Redefine the project's scope independently to ensure clarity and proceed with execution. D. Pause the project until all aspects of the scope can be clearly defined and agreed upon. Correct answer. B. Engage with stakeholders to clarify and document the project's scope fully. Explanation. Collaborating with stakeholders to fully define and document the project scope ensures that expectations are aligned, reducing the risk of scope creep and ensuring that deliverables meet stakeholders' needs. Question 178. During a project review, a project manager identifies a significant gap in the team's skills necessary for project completion. What should the project manager do first? Continue with the project, hoping the team can acquire the necessary skills on the job. B. Identify specific skill gaps and develop a training plan to enhance the team's capabilities. C. Hire new team members with the necessary skills to ensure project success. D. Redefine the project's objectives to accommodate the team's current skill set. Correct answer. B. Identify specific skill gaps and develop a training plan to enhance the team's capabilities. Explanation. Identifying the specific skill gaps and developing a targeted training plan ensures that the team acquires the necessary skills to complete the project successfully, enhancing team capability and project outcomes. Question 179. During project execution, a project manager realizes that the current risk management strategy is inadequate as several unforeseen issues have arisen. What should the project manager do first to address this situation? He update the risk management plan, incorporating lessons learned from the unforeseen issues. B. Continue with the current risk management strategy, assuming it will cover future risks. C. Escalate the issue to the project stakeholders and request additional resources for risk management. D. Conduct a new risk identification and assessment session to update the risk register. Correct answer. A update the risk management plan incorporating lessons learned from the unforeseen issues. Explanation. Revising the risk management plan based on recent issues and lessons learned ensures that the strategy is robust and adaptable, better preparing the project to mitigate future risks effectively. Question 180. A project manager is informed that a critical project deliverable may not be technically feasible as initially planned due to recent technological constraints. What is the first step the project manager should take? To reassess the project's technical requirements and constraints to identify viable alternatives. B. Inform stakeholders of the issue and suggest scaling back the project scope to fit the technical limitations. C. Proceed with the original plan, hoping that a solution to the technological constraints will emerge. D. Immediately halt all project activities related to the deliverable until a technical solution is found. Correct answer. Reassess the project's technical requirements and constraints to identify viable alternatives. Explanation. Conducting a thorough reassessment of technical requirements and constraints allows the project manager to explore alternative solutions or approaches, ensuring the deliverable remains feasible and aligns with project goals. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more exam tips and practice questions.